like the whole trans thing, right? Is like having that on the table now is like when I first tried sushi, right? You're like, oh, I didn't know this was an option. Parents didn't grow up with that, but then I tried sushi like in college, and I was like, damn, this is an option.
To be honest with you, I miss when politics was happening behind my back.
Me too. Why are you guys so cocky with it?
That's the best thing I heard ever.
In football, they don't allow celebration. They should keep politics the same way. Like, yo, keep that shit on the field, and that's it.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know about it. Stop celebrating in my face.
I just don't understand racism. Like when I was going to high school, like I was just felt like everybody's just together.
Yeah.
And we would pick at each other's insecurities.
Well, guys, you know it's time for us to pay some bills. This is actually week 2 of our sponsorship by Bang.com. If you use promo code ALFBANG, you will get 2-day free trial to this amazing website. Now, here's what I've ran into. I've already been a subscriber to Bang.com for an entire week. You know, they have a ton of categories, like so many categories, but I always gravitated towards, you know, the 18 plus barely legal shit because, as you guys know, my girlfriend Estee kind of has a body like a 9-year-old boy. But I was starting to feel a little creepy. I was like, let me explore other categories I don't usually hang out in. And I've noticed this crazy discrepancy in the porn world, and I understand why trans people are fighting for their rights more because, check this out, they have a BBW category, and BBW stands for Big Beautiful Woman, or white woman, or whatever it is, right? It's just very positive. But the trans section is still just she male. And that just doesn't sound that appetizing, right? We're hyping up fat, disgusting white women by calling them beautiful, right? But a lady with a penis, we're just using very old school terms. And I think that's gonna change, and I'm gonna put in some requests with Bang.com, our corporate sponsor. Dude, when I tell you they have a category for every fetish, they have a category for every fetish, and you're going to go down a fucking rabbit hole like I did and find out what you really like and don't like. And there are probably a million videos, all 30 minutes in length. I only need, you know, I was used to jacking it to trailers because, you know, I come quick, but now I'm getting the full picture. It's kind of nice. So if you want to join the party, it's Bang.com. Promo code is ALFBANG, ALFBANG. You put that in, you get a 2-day free trial, like I tell you all the time. They are so confident in their product, they don't need to give you a month trial, 2-week trial. Like, you know, Netflix is like, here's a month trial. It's like, yeah, because you've got garbage there. So you need me to fucking stick around for a month for free. Bang.com has so much shit. In 2 days, they're going to have you hooked. Back to the show, guys. We didn't record the beginning part of this, but we were having a very interesting conversation about Sasha looking like she's in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay, introduce Sasha now. Since you've been interrupting.
Guys, here's Sasha from the Matrix.
Yeah.
No, guys. I have known, well, I don't know how long you guys have known. Have you guys ever met in real life?
No, you knew her before.
Yeah. I met him through you.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a crossover between when you guys ever hung out with me.
No, it was through you. Mm-hmm. Because we went to Riff Raps, and I met her with her, she came in with her friend, and then we met at your party.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nasty little party that you would always
So we met probably like 10 years ago at least.
10 years ago.
11 years ago.
10 years ago.
Were you born in America? I know you were of Dominican descent.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're like...
yes, I was born in the Bronx, but then I was raised in DR till I was 6.
So
why'd you go back? Why did they go back?
You know what it is? Like, Dominicans love Dominican Republic, so what they do is like they come here, they get their jobs, they take, you know,
they take the money,
and then they like start businesses out there and stuff like that. So we lived in a big house. We had like a butler, a maid, like we had so much money
in the DR.
In the DR, like we lived like we lived
kings.
Like kings. And then when my grandmother passed away, I lived with my dad in a 1-bedroom with 6 people.
So your grandma was my
grandparents were like rich, and I'm talking about from my mom's side.
Right.
My dad's side, they weren't rich. So when I came back, and I'm like, why the fuck am I living like this?
Oh, you were spoiled?
Yeah, I was spoiled. And then,
on Dominican terms.
On Dominican terms. Yeah, it's like just think about
anytime you have a butler, you are spoiled.
Yeah, I had a butler, a maid. We had a 2-story house by the water. It was beautiful.
Sick.
It was beautiful. It was like
Dominican?
Is it hard to go backwards in lifestyle?
I mean, I was young, so I was able to like, you know.
Yeah, I guess. If you were like a teenager and you lost your maid and butler,
I would have been like. But I guess I got to learn the both worlds and how to be humbled. Like, you know, like it humbled me really quick. I'm glad that happened Because I was a little feisty when I was a kid. And I was like, why is nobody doing this for me and that for me? And then I learned. I was like, you know what?
Is the goal to once again return to butlers and maids? You never want to have that?
No, that's not the goal. I don't want to. No. But I know the amount of work that we do, I'm going to need assistance because I'm working. But if I'm not working, like, I can handle everything myself.
Right. But the goal is to once again make enough money that you do have butlers and maids.
If I need them. If I don't need them, then I don't need them.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm past that. I don't think I'm.
No. I will always, if someone can, if I have enough money to pay someone to clean my house,
yeah,
I'm gonna pay for that.
It's different.
Yeah, like, because I enjoy cleaning my house. I enjoy all that stuff. The problem is when I get too busy with deadlines and writing all that stuff, I'm like, I'm gonna need you to help me.
Yeah, of course, you got to be more efficient with your time.
Yeah, you have to.
You
be more
can't be
efficient
your
with
own maid. You're like, I get paid $10 an hour doing this versus $1,000 an hour doing that.
Yeah.
See, Americans got so comfortable outsourcing everything that every single day of our life, we're like trying to outsource everything that we do.
Dude, thank God for Roomba.
Yeah.
Roomba is like legal slavery.
Yeah, it's a robot.
You're like, yo, at least we have that. Like, I don't have to vacuum anymore. Mm-hmm. We just need to get the rest of it going.
But
we just need to get more robots to clean.
Like the Jetsons.
They were ahead of their time.
Also, like, none of that's happening. Like, none of that.
What do you mean?
Like, nothing from the Jetsons has happened yet.
Not yet. I don't think not yet.
We're never going to have flying cars. Because we can't go forward. We can't go in one direction.
Yeah, I could have.
Now you can't add another access for access.
Well, there's air traffic. There has to be air traffic, but they're gonna have.
You're gonna trust these Uber drivers to not crash into a building 40 feet in the air.
Listen, I'm not smart enough to have this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo.
I'm not. I'm just gonna first start with that, and then second is that if they can create ChatGPT, I think they can. Could you create like airspace traffic for cars?
I mean, and what would that look like?
How would that even?
Because there's already videos of a car that levitates, right? But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if you're underneath that car, are you gonna melt? Like.
Right, that's the thing. There's too many issues.
But
what if you run out of gas?
You guys also
fall out of the sky.
Did you guys see the drones? There were people. There's like a 4-seater for drones.
Oh yeah.
And those drones
that's for billionaires, dude. That's so like Bill Gates can fly around his property. They show you like it's like going to the New York Auto Show. You look at those cars, you're like, they're never gonna make those for us.
Yeah,
that's just for them.
People said that about artificial intelligence. Now it's fucking writing 40-page thesis papers for me.
That's great.
You know what I mean? It's
but
like,
why do
everybody says it's never. 20 years, it's never. I'm never gonna see it in my life. And the next thing you know, this thing is fucking thinking for me every single day.
Yeah, and it shows.
Right?
Yeah.
But you see, you're one of the it's never. And
it's
then
not
it's
going to
always
happen.
happening.
We're not going to get anything from the Jetsons except maybe that electric maid.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's how fucked up we are as a society that we have sex dolls before like maids. Like guys are like, I just want something to fuck instead of something to like, can you just help me around the house?
That's the issue.
They should just combine both.
We're in a place where we just basically want to simplify our life. And I think it's getting to a place where it's just getting out of control.
I do feel that us getting too comfortable is going to be the demise of humanity.
Yeah.
Comfort.
I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah, comfort is the demise of our humanity.
That's where we're at. That's
and the only thing that's preventing us from like we should go if we have too much medicine.
Yeah.
And that's what's keeping us going. Because we would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
If we just existed like any other species.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Big problem.
But I love it. That's what drives us. Don't you want to make money so you could be more comfortable?
I don't know.
But that was like the advertisement.
Yeah.
That's what we fall for.
You know what I think about? I think about how like 2015 and all that stuff. We had Uber. We have. I mean, all these things still exist, but it's so expensive now that it's not like how it was before, where you were just like a drop of a hat, you're gonna get an Uber. Drop of a hat, you're gonna get food delivered to your door. Like literally, like we were.
You know what it is? Because the beginning concepts of anything are always so fresh and fun. And also, there's probably no government oversight, and they're definitely abusing their drivers.
Absolutely.
Right? But
and we all benefited. Nice. We all benefited from it.
Now everyone's being paid what they should be paid. And this Uber, dude, it rained the other night. An Uber from my apartment down at Katz's Deli to go to this rave I wanted to go to. Mm-hmm. 20 blocks, $134.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going.
But you know what's crazy? They don't even get paid that much.
I almost got in my girlfriend.
They don't get paid. They
I almost
don't get
got
paid.
in my girlfriend's car. I was like, I'm going to just drive for Uber.
Yeah.
On a rainy day in New York, you could probably make more money than a stripper.
Well...
No, but the Ubers,
they don't get
paid that much money, bro.
They don't.
Because the split is terrible.
The split is so terrible. They got to work like 2 times. Like they can make like $10K a month, but they have to like really
Uber
work.
is such a pimp.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah.
10K a month, but you gotta work 6 days.
You gotta
a week,
you gotta
and
work.
You gotta do 4 shifts. It's like it's crazy, you know what I mean? For them to make
and they don't know the city. They don't know how to drive in this town.
And then there's some people that like, you know, I've heard stories of like sometimes like the people that get in the car are trying to like fuck the Ubers sometimes. I'm
like have sex with them?
Yeah. So there was
if you're a guy or a girl.
If you're a guy or a girl, like, so this guy, he's an actor, so he just like makes money doing like acting and like does the Uber stuff. And then there was this girl who was like high out of her mind, like grab my like just literally.
I saw this video. By the way, I think because he posted it because no,
it says another person.
Oh, this is a completely different person.
So I mean, it's just how it is. Like it's like you don't know what you're gonna get when you're an Uber.
I'd be more scared as a woman. If I was a guy
Absolutely.
and a girl gets in my car and goes, look at my pussy, I'd be like, gladly.
Yeah.
Like, why would I not?
My girl
I don't care how gross you look.
She said, grab my shit. I was like, damn.
My girl came
high out of her mind.
What you guys are talking about, speaking about safety, like girls are obviously, you know, they're, because I come from a world of like a Ukraine. And like all the like Russian women, they're so nasty and feisty that nobody's gonna ever want to steal them. That's like in my head. Right. I'm like, yo, you gotta be an idiot to take a Russian chick back. Like if you're gonna catch her in an Uber.
Yeah, that's why they kidnap American girls and take in.
Oh yeah.
They can't. A Ukrainian woman, they'd be like, send her back.
Yeah, send her back. You know,
she's so fucking annoying.
And the funny part is that whatever, my girl's like telling me, she's like, yo, I feel mad unsafe, and I'm like, I started like feeling her on it. I'm like, yo, it's really true. Like you should be careful. Don't take Lyft. Don't take Uber. And now you guys have Waymo. But the thing is, there's no Waymo in New York.
There's no Waymo in New York.
That's the robot driver?
Yeah. I was in Phoenix and I saw there was Waymos in Phoenix.
And it's safe as fuck because there's nobody in the car.
There's nobody in the car.
Yeah.
It can't go on a highway. That's the only downside.
It stops too. Like once it sees a person, it just literally stops. Like
So a rapist could just block the Waymo.
Well, if
and then jump in the car.
No, I mean if you lock the door.
Yeah, everything's locked.
They can have a hammer. If I see a woman in a car with no man to protect her, now just some fucking robot with a steering wheel.
Are you trying to
like,
just
that's more
debunk
dangerous?
my safety?
Waymo is way scary. I'd rather get in with a guy, his face like, oh, hello, whatever your name is. Hopefully you can defend me or at least scare off someone because I'm.
Yeah, but that's not the issue. The issue is the drivers are raping the girls.
There's not that many driver rapists, are there?
There's a lot.
Yeah. How many Uber driver rapists are there?
Yeah,
can we get a little statistics? Sorry to fuck up your algorithm.
There's
as a woman, you just got to be safe all around.
I got to find the
all around. As a woman, you have to be safe all around. Yeah. Like it's just
you girls definitely have it tough in the recession for sure.
Bruh. And that's the thing too. Like people think like, oh, if she's hot, like yo, it's any woman. Like any woman, doesn't matter what she looks like. They all have a story.
Yeah, ugly. Look, there's how many ugly people are out there?
There's a lot.
Right?
Of,
we
there's
multiply.
A lot of, yeah,
we're fucking.
Can I tell you why women have a problem in a recession?
What?
Like more so, like safety issue, is because the guys that used to make money don't make money, and the guys that used to make money used to spend money because they're desperate. Because a lot of the guys never worked on their game or might have not worked on their confidence. So when desperate times hit, psychologically they start doing things out of desperation, so and those things start getting like crazier and crazier and crazier, and they need their needs, right?
So you're saying rape goes up in a recession because a man has not enough money to be able to land a girl
because they're crazy
the old school way. I would like to see those numbers.
Yeah, I mean, we the numbers, I could totally understand. Like, we'll have to check the numbers, but that is not uncommon. Like, that is not uncommon. Like, remember that? Oh my God, I hate to think about the story. But that lady that was just walking down the street, and this guy just decided to take a belt and like lasso her neck and just like take her to the corner and just like
crazy,
rape her.
No, dudes are out
and he was like poor. He's just poor. He was like, you know what? I'm just getting some pussy. Like that's just like literally that's
crazy.
just wild. It was wild. The whole video was so insane. It was like
I've never wanted to have sex with anything that doesn't want to have sex with me. Anyone gets off on a struggle, like that's why I'm like rape is one of those things like you can just kill these people.
Yeah.
Like there's no need to keep that person around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like there's like that's someone who literally I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, like I stopped watching porn, but when I used to watch porn, I used to do like
Did you
the
find
interviews.
God?
No, like interviews at the end, like you know when they'd be like, "Were you okay with this? Do you know what you're doing?"
You made it to the interviews?
Like I would make it to the interviews. I want to see. I don't want to make sure that she was.
I couldn't
okay.
even make it. Past
and I would like tell
teaser.
people this, and they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? You make it to the interviews?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's insane.
I mean,
you watch like the blooper reel.
not the bloopers,
I respect
but it's
it.
like,
You know why I
at
respect
beginning
it?
and end, because it's like I want to make sure that this was her decision.
You know why I
and if
respect
it was her decision,
See,
girl
this is
power.
proof that the female orgasm doesn't exist.
Girl
guys.
power.
It does-
Because she
it does
watches
exist.
the whole thing through. I'm
so funny.
sleeping
Well, not the
by
whole
minute
thing.
3.
Before
Okay, so
I
wait, why don't
decide
you
to,
watch
like,
porn anymore? Real quick. I just
honestly, it takes away. One, if I'm watching porn, right, and I got shit to do.
I mean, it takes you a long time. Right, that's for you. I watch porn, but I just like boom. It's like a comma.
No,
on
but
my
that's
day.
the thing. Even if I come fast, because you got a vibrator, right? Even if I come fast, I'm going to sleep for like 2 hours, and now I'm like, I took
damn.
up. Yeah, like I'm one of those
so
people. I
tired.
get so tired now. Like I'm just like, you know what? Like a cigarette. I'm like,
Dude, it's like
I
an
think
old
it's
battery.
time for me to go to sleep.
That's the thing. It's
Yeah,
like an old phone battery. Now you just die faster.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, dude, I have a fucking.
And two,
this
it's
thing
just
doesn't
like
hold a charge.
I also notice like if I'm about to have sex with my partner and I masturbated before, it's just like, come on, let's just get it over it kind of
Yep.
thing. Versus like, let me not watch it. Let me like excite myself. Think about my partner's pee,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
true.
and then it just makes it funner.
It's a fact.
It just makes it funner. That's
100% right.
the only reason why. It's not like a moral,
but
like,
then-
hey, I'm shaming you. Like it's just like it just doesn't.
You know what's great though about giving up porn for a little bit is going back. And then you're like, oh, look how much I've missed. I have so much content to catch. It's like when you just like get a new subscription, like Netflix drops a new season of something.
Yeah.
Dude, if I don't jerk off for 2 weeks, I come back, I'm like, this is so much better.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's like
I have so
anything.
much- so-
That's like coffee.
I- 'cause,
If I
dude-
don't have coffee for 2 weeks and I have a first cup of coffee, I'm like, oh my god.
Why did I
Yeah.
stop?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Dude, you
Yeah,
know you have
I
a
can't
problem
do
when you're on like Pornhub and you're like, I've been here already.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
this
yeah,
page.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah.
I do agree with you. Once you hit the 30 pack though, like you gotta stop with the porn ski. Like,
It's just,
you
it
gotta
just.
chill.
I
You
mean,
gotta
it
just chill
depends
out.
on the person.
We can tell you watch a lot of porn.
No,
Trust me.
honestly, it depends on the
We can
person.
tell-
I'm not judging
You can
nobody.
tell I
I'm
watch
Yeah,
porn?
because you don't dress yourself like normally. Like, that's how you know you watch a lot of porn.
Yo.
Because you like have no excitement for life. You just quit on everything. Like
just
you
be
don't
like, yo,
shave.
I just-
You don't get
Maybe.
haircuts.
need
You
to.
don't even
I'm
put
lo- I love
sunscreen.
it. You know why? You know why?
Like, yo, like,
Because
you
I have
don't-
constant.
Like, the colors
no, no,
don't
no.
match. Like there's
No.
the shoes don't match. Like
I'll tell you exactly what. I have constant post-nut clarity. I am Adam Sandlering my way
nice.
through life.
It's a
Right?
debate.
I don't
It's
need
a
to put
debate.
I don't
He's
need to
debating.
put
He's
anything up anymore. Right? When you don't come a lot, you're like, you constantly got to dress good, look good, because you're like, yo, I might need to come at some point. But if I already got out of my system, I get to be me. You get to see me at my rawest. I'm not putting on for you because I don't need you to make me come anymore.
whatever makes you.
I
happy.
got it done.
If you feel like you got a rigged life, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
If you feel like you rigged life, dude, like I give it
I'm
to
crushing
you.
it.
If you think that that's the hack, I personally like her. Like I would not be getting out of bed.
I won't
Like-
get out of bed. Like I fucked up my whole day.
Yeah.
And it's not like, again, it's not like a moral thing. Like, hey, it's not nothing like that. It's literally like I am crashing. Like
Yeah, the day is done.
I'm crashing.
The day is done.
It's done.
I got it.
Let me light my cigarette and go to sleep. Like that. I don't
You're
have.
right.
And I don't even know if it's like because in my 20s, obviously, like it's completely different. And now I'm just like, yo,
Because the 20s, you can go like
You're just like a
17
horny-
It's just bro, the hormones just roll. It's
what?
There's an old woman now. A guy should never lose his zest for jerking off. It's just
what?
not a thing. You should not give up. Like that's just a thing we do. It's a very, self-control is
Hey,
a woman-like quality.
I have nothing to say about this.
Don't you
I'm
think
not a
so?
dude. I'm not a
Self-control
dude.
is a woman-like quality. Your guys are way better at self-control than men.
I don't know if it's self-control. I just think it's more of like
It's self-control.
I don't feel like doing it.
self-control.
I don't know if it's,
It's a
self-control.
self-control. You're fighting it.
Because if
you're
you
lying if
horny-
you're fighting it.
So-
you're
so-
lying.
No,
I tell
but
Estee
listen-
all the time, like,
No,
you don't know how
look,
many times
this
I
is what
don't
I've
cheat
also
on you.
heard. I heard that
This is
the
a
older
gift.
women get, the hornier they get. So it's like in their 40s and 50s is when they hit their peak where they want to like fuck all the time.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard.
I'm not there. I'm not there yet. Like I
Are
think
you going to
that
get there, you think?
I mean, if I make it to 40, if I'm horny, like I'm gonna be like, hey, baby, take that dick out. Maybe I'll watch more porn. But right now, I just don't have the energy to do that.
Can I ask you something though?
Yeah.
Because we've been just rambling because we went on tangents. But I wanted to ask you more about yourself. Have you gotten into like a fresh relationship? Are you in a relationship right now? Like
Yes, it isn't. It's not such a fresh relationship because I met him when I was 26 years old, and we had like this long distance relationship for 4 years, and then the pandemic we didn't see each other for 3, and then we just got together.
because I seen some of the videos you put up. Like it's kind of like giggle time. Like you guys are always on giggle time.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
And he
yeah,
has
yeah,
like
yeah.
an accent and everything
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
he's
right?
from New Zealand.
He's from New Zealand.
Yeah, and
It's a
he's-
funny mix.
I don't know where New Zealand is.
It's right next to
next to
Australia.
Australia, right? But like, I don't know outside of that. That's a cool place to be from.
Yeah. It's beautiful over there.
It's
You've
cool
been?
mix.
Yeah.
You've been?
Yeah, I've been. I met his whole family.
It's too far.
I mean, it's far, but for love and some good.
But like you see, like a Dominican chick from New York, and then a guy from New Zealand, like that mix is just.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna
It's
make a
unheard
little
of.
Tiger Woods.
Maybe.
You guys are gonna make like a fucking A plus.
Like a really good mix. Well, he's half Samoan on top of that, so he's
damn.
white Samoan, and then I'm Dominican, so it's like a white Samoan Dominican baby. We need this in the world.
It's crazy that Samoan from New Zealand. That's wild.
Yeah. Well, they're like a lot of Polynesians. That's where they are. They're in Australia.
I see.
They're in New
We're
Zealand.
stupid when it comes to geography, so we don't really know what's going on.
Hawaii?
And Hawaii.
The
because
Rock.
Yes, because that's all the Polynesian. He had to teach me all this stuff because I'm like, oh, what was you from? Because he's like, yeah, I'm Simone. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, The Rock. I'm
Simone,
like,
is that a girl you used to date?
He's like, who the fuck is Simone? Nah, so when I met his family, it was like a huge culture shock for me.
Yeah.
It was just like So.
But you guys joke around a lot, right?
Yeah. He's
Are there
pretty
any
funny.
strange New Zealand culture things that shocked you? We all have our own weird.
Well, not strange. It was just like, it was just cool stuff. Like, so in New Zealand, when the kids go to school, they learn like the indigenous cultures because you have to learn that, and the New Zealand English, whatever. So it's like they have a variety of stuff, and they have like this whole peace treaty thing. I don't want to like get into details of it because it's like I don't really know.
Was there ever a Zealand?
No.
You're asking the wrong person.
I think, yeah.
swear.
I mean, I think that what happened was, they were about to get colonized, and the colonizers couldn't take the whole entire thing, so they made a peace treaty. So that's why, like, New Zealand is half owned.
I
like
just know about
Maori,
Ukraine
half-
and America.
Yeah.
Anything past that?
No.
You know what I mean?
I just know Australia is just
Yeah.
island full of criminals. That's how
Yeah,
they started.
yeah. That's how they started.
Which is
yeah.
kind of dope.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
It's a fire island. That place is sick.
They did a
It's
good job
beautiful.
with it. That was a
It's
good
beautiful.
social experiment. Like
was
we
beautiful.
should send more of our. We should every year send criminals to an
Wait,
island.
you just said that that's a real thing, or thought you were fucking
Australia.
around?
So
No, that's
the
how.
British.
So the British, what happened was all of their criminals, they just shipped them to Australia, and so they would rape all of the indigenous people in Australia.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'll see. I'll talk
Yeah.
to you later.
So that's why. Yeah. That's why there's not like.
Can we
it's
ship
like a
everybody
whole-
from Times Square over there or no?
I mean,
can ship a lot
they're
of
not
people.
gonna want them anymore because they're over there. They're just like super racist over there.
They are. We
Yeah.
need to send in some new rapists.
Yeah, like maybe.
They should
yeah.
just constantly be a fresh cycle of.
Yo, I don't understand racism. You know
Australia
what?
should have a new season.
Yeah.
Like every year, be like, all right, bring
Yeah.
in the new ones.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I don't get about racism though? Because growing up in New York, I just don't understand racism. Because to me, like, it never felt like when I was going to high school, like I was just felt like everybody's just together.
Yeah.
And we would pick at each other's
Yeah.
insecurities.
Yeah.
And it was like normal. Like we were like, oh, you got this type of hair. I got this type of hair. Oh, they would be like, oh, what up, Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh, what up, whatever. And I'll make
Yeah.
fun of it. And it's just like never felt like anything.
Well, I could say the same thing. Like, I would always defend a New Yorker. Like, it doesn't matter what a New Yorker looks like. But outside of New York, people don't understand New York and they love to judge New York. And I'm like, you weren't even raised there. Like, you have no idea what it's like to, like, be culturally surrounded by so many different cultures and how all those cultures kind of seep in. And people go, oh, why you sound like that? It's like, because that's how fucking New Yorkers talk. What are you talking about? Like, how do I sound like that?
But that's
It's
what people
crazy.
tell me too. They're like, I don't get your accent. And I'm like, well, what is there not to get? Like, they're like, you sound Italian, but you're not Italian. Then you sound like you're
Like-
kind of hood, but you're not hood. I'm
That's
like,
like- that's
I'm like-
how New Yorkers
I'm
talk.
like, brother, like, this is what
a
I
melting
picked up.
pot.
Yeah, it's a melting pot, and that's something that people don't get. And then in Los Angeles, like, you try to like let people know like this exists, like people coexisting together like exist, because everything is just so segregated out there.
LA is so much more racist.
Yeah, it's like
I
it's
feel
so
like LA
racist.
is actually racist.
Yeah, it
Very
is.
racist,
It's like
LA.
everything is so segregated. Like it's just I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand it anymore. But I did what I could, what I can.
No, you did good. You did good. I was keeping track. She was really out there putting in the
Yeah,
work.
and Eden, my boyfriend, hated it. He was like, "Oh, I hated it." I was like, "Yeah."
He likes New York more?
He loves New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Kirill loves New York.
New York
Yeah.
is the best.
Yeah. He loves.
You can't name a better city. I don't care.
Top 5 favorite things about New York. Fast, go.
Top 5 favorite things about New York. Everything's open all the time. Mm-hmm. That's great.
That's
you can
one.
walk anywhere.
Yeah.
2.
It's just better than any place because.
Because it is.
It's like,
Because it is.
It's a feeling. It's like asking me to describe why my girlfriend's pussy's better than all the other ones. It just fits.
feels. Yeah. It just.
It just fits. It's the
It just fits
perfect.
the
It's like
lifestyle.
it's like I just become one with the city.
Yeah.
You know, and in LA, I felt very lonely.
Yeah, same.
It's a very it's a Bella Dolores. It's a beautiful it's a beautiful pain. It's beautiful, but it sucks.
Another thing that I realized about Los Angeles when I was living over there and I was single, guys don't buy you drinks over there. You gotta like split the bill. I'm like, you think I'm gonna fucking split the bill with you and then fuck? You're bugging. We're fucking
Let's
pals.
go.
We are pals, all right? We are pals. And it's like, it's crazy because I remember I went on a date with some dude and like, we're there. He's attractive. I'm attractive. And I'm like, yo, and he's talking about his sugar mama. And I was like,
You really
we're
just
the same bitch. Like we're
Can I
both
fuck her?
bitches.
Can I fuck
like,
her?
You know what I mean? Like, yo, introduce me, motherfucker.
Yeah, but yo, you know what's funny about what you just said? Me and my girl had like this one fight, and she's like, "I'm fucking done with you." I'm like, "You done with me?" She's like, "Yeah." Like, you know, sometimes you get like super frustrated, like to the next level.
Nope,
And,
I love my girlfriend all the time.
Yeah, shut up.
Perfect.
And then she's like, I had it with you, and like we joked around, and she goes, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why don't you go and see what's out there in LA? You know, like as a joke. Like, and she goes, and then I'm like, you're gonna split the bill every date you go on. I'm like, do you think I'm bad? He goes, go see what's out there.
Have you seen the receipt of catch?
Oh
no.
my god. Oh my god.
Bro, it's bad.
A lot of guys like to go on hikes in LA as their first date.
Because it's free.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, let's go on a date. Let's go on a hike. Yeah, that's a free fucking date, sir. I'm good. It's just like, it sucks. And people aren't even like people over there because you get like all these transplants who are like trying to make
I
it.
thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah,
You're like, you got all these trans. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
get
transplants.
Yeah, the people are not from. They're not from LA.
Clickbait.
That's it.
Sasha
Cut it
says,
there.
yeah, cut it right there.
They're not from. They're not from LA.
No, and they all have like a goal to be like this next star, but they're all corny, man.
But they're soft. They're just soft.
They're
You're
just
not
soft,
about it.
corny motherfuckers. Like I remember, I went to like an industry party with like all these agents from like this agency, like big time agency, and no one had a personality there. Nobody.
Because you know why? Because everything's in reels, so they think in reels.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you show up and they're like, they have like a funny sentence. I'm like, what did you just think? It just happened. I just clicked you.
It'd be cool, like if you like walk this way and then like you record me and like that'd be fun. I'm like, no, I didn't come here to be your fucking video guy.
It's crazy, dude, and it's wild. You know why? Because the content just shows how the naive win.
Yeah.
Because you know, like we sit here, we overanalyze like content because we're trying to make it witty, very smart, this, that, and third. And the people that are influencers are just not the people that think like that. They're just like, oh, I'm just gonna go for a walk, take 3 videos, and I'm gonna splice it like this, and then it's like, all right, I just made 5,000.
I don't get the dances. The dances get me. I get influencers that are like influencing. That they actually have something going on.
And I'm not trying
like when girls are like doing like, who's this for?
I have a theory that Gen Z, don't come for me, but Gen Z is like, you know, when you look at a talent show and the kids in the back are like dancing, they're now the lead. You know, like the kids in the back that give you like no energy.
It's not a theory. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's because we got rid of dodgeball.
Oh my god!
In this country,
everyone.
There's no more bullying.
Everything with dodgeball.
Bullying needs to make a return.
Yeah, it's like you're not that good. Like you're not
a
good at
star.
all. Like you're not. Yeah, no. Like,
and you know what's
also, I don't like that. Sorry, I don't like that people with deformities get to cut the line in the influencer Olympics, right? Because all of a sudden you have like you're missing an eye, you're missing a leg, you're like in a wheelchair somehow. Now you're automatically interesting.
Well, I would just say
why is that a character? Like you have a long neck. All of a sudden, that long neck dude is like literally.
Well, you know what? I'll say this: they have a unique situation. They're super unique. They're one of a kind. And
Coney Island.
But
go to Coney Island.
You're unique.
You belong.
I know.
to Coney Island.
But if you're like missing a limb and like you were used to like being made fun of, and then now all
those
of a
are
sudden
the only
you're
people that
making
should
money
thank
off
God.
of it, like come on.
I mean, sure. I will give. That's cool, but. It's like, bro, remember when we started making skits when we used to have the raw skits when it would be cut.
Oh my god!
Me and you literally we're like from that you would do it for the chicks, I would do it for the guys, and it was kind of like when Ken was around and all this other shit. It's like it's just like that was like raw talent because it would happen. You know, the clowns of the class would be the ones.
The class clowns. Yeah.
Would be making the videos.
But you know what's so interesting about that is like around that time you couldn't copy sketches. Now everything is about copying the next person. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna fight this battle. No. I'm gonna copy you too, bitch. Like I'll fucking save.
Remember the meme wars?
Yeah. I would just save my material for stand up and I use social media as like a commercial tool. Like I'm like
100%.
That's what I do. I'm like, you know
Doesn't
what?
that suck? Then now he's just making commercials.
Yeah.
I don't even show my life.
Yeah. I mean, you've already done so much. It's funny because when I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go Kirill." He's like, "What? Are you serious?" He was like so excited. I'm like,
I love it.
yeah, huh?
Yeah, but you've known Kirill for God knows how long.
Yeah,
already.
I know. Yeah, for 10 years.
It's
already.
been mad long since
Mad
we.
long.
I literally
I
remember
lived
that
on
party.
30th Street.
And
we
it
did
was
like
like
a
it
video.
was funny too, right? Because like a lot of the guys from like the hood, right, follow him, like from the Bronx hood.
I
and
live a
stuff like
very
that. You have a very diverse.
I'm a very my parties were
you
very
has the-
like
he-
rapper parties.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He has
Like,
the
oh my God, he
rednecks.
pours champagne.
Yeah,
on
he has
on
them
host.
all. He gets them all.
He has like the hillbillies, and then
And
he has the
there's
hood kids too.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
America,
It makes no
guys.
sense.
I touch
you
everyone.
are America. So I remember this guy was like, "Yo, he has like this allure, man. Like dude, he must have like some allure to him, where all the girls are just coming in." I was like, Yeah.
Before he did. Now there's like
allure.
now there's dudes with like like AK-47s in their fucking garages just
"Are
watching.
you serious?"
What? That fuck with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have a lure, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what kind of lure you have. But
Yeah.
I don't know what I would hate to meet. I would love to actually meet all my fans. It would be funny.
It
Nah,
would be dope.
It would be dope, but I'm such a narcissist that like I would excuse all their behavior because they're my fans. I'd be like, come on.
He was just
Like if you find out that a celebrity you don't like follows you, I'm always like, well, maybe I'll just. They're not all bad,
Nah.
right? You're like, I mean,
Yeah.
like everything's got blood on its hands,
Yeah.
right? Like I would
You're
still
over-
I would still lose my mind if Kanye followed me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
I
kidding me?
personally would
Yeah.
want to.
I'd be like, hell yeah. I'd post about it. I'd be like, let's go. I'd make a shirt.
yeah, but you see, everything is sales
'Cause I'm
for
s-
you.
Yeah, because unfortunately, at the end of the day, being a good person doesn't pay my bills, right? And I've given up all my morals now. That's it. That's what LA does to you.
LA
You
does
sell
that.
your soul.
But
You
you
sell
see,
your
for
soul.
guys,
No, I'm
that's
kidding.
a
You're
version of
telling
OnlyFans.
Val-
But that's a version of for guys.
Selling out.
Yeah.
Selling out.
Yeah.
You're crazy if you wouldn't be like, lose your mind if Kanye followed
Good.
you.
I
You
can't
know,
do it.
that's the thing. It's like I always think about. I'm like, man, should I just? But I'm like, nah, I just can't.
You know why? Because I just know whatever happens
And
on the internet
I
only
just see
lives for
everyone
a
else
week.
around me doing
It's
it.
It's not.
and no
it
one's
doesn't have much
suffering from
longevity.
it.
Yeah, no,
It's not-
you're good. You're good.
Like if I can release, if something like let's say if it felt like I released the show Friends, if it can live forever, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I just know it's not gonna live for longer than 3 days, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put myself in that position.
What
Yeah.
position?
Plus,
To be what? To hang out with Kanye?
Never. Especially, bro, I make way
I would
more
like-
money with the Jews than I do with Kanye.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I'm just a curious person. I'm not saying I have to like them, but I'd be like I always said, I'd love to fucking hang out with Hitler. It's still fucking wild.
I mean,
if
I
given the
guess.
choice, I would like to
I
hang out
mean,
with my.
that's all
I
you-
would want to meet all my friends, the people I admire and hate.
like people that, just to be like, okay, I hate you, but I want
Like
to
I
know
want to. I
like
still
what
would
your
like,
brain.
I'm still curious. We go to the Holocaust
I wouldn't
Museum for
wanna
a
be-
reason,
I
right?
wouldn't
You go
wanna
look
be-
at horrible shit in a museum all day. You're obviously curious about morbid shit.
Honestly,
I'd like to be like,
I've never even thought that deep about it.
Yeah, me too.
I'd just be like, you know what, like.
I'd be a
I don't
fly on
feel
the
cool
wall.
about it,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
I get it.
He has
Yeah.
a more depth, like
I get high
take
and I'm
on it.
like-
Yeah, you're like probably thinking like, what if I hang out with my worst enemy? Like,
I'm like,
what-
because
what-
I'm
how
like,
they
maybe
think?
I can convince him.
Oh, okay, that's
Like,
kind of
I'll be
cute.
like,
he
Adolf.
says I have no morals. He's like, maybe I can convince them
Adolf.
to be a
Yeah,
good
but you see how he
person.
switches it around though? Like he
Yeah.
starts playing with the sales though. He's all of a sudden, and they're like, oh, I just want to be nice and convince them. And
I can convince Adolf.
You think so?
I could save a few lives.
Okay. Let's just
What would
build
you
a
tell
time
him?
machine.
Can you tell
Yo,
us?
build a
but
time
you know what's
machine now.
crazy
Let's
though?
do it
Like,
right now.
but you know what the fucked up part is? Like, you would, like, we know from all our cultures, no one hates their culture more than their own people, right? There's definitely so many Jews in that Holocaust who were like, good, like good. She fucking one time borrowed some fucking sugar and then returned the bowl all dirty.
Yeah.
Like my mom and grandma, they hold grudges that are lifelong, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like there's some people like, yo, good.
Yeah, but there's a grudge that flips after.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think for Dominicans, it's like we might like hate each other internally, but we're not gonna do that external thing. Like, and the
you guys
culture.
don't have the protection in Israel.
Oh,
that
like,
the Jews do.
yeah. Also, that's also
The
very.
Jews
That's
have
also very
the Jew-
true.
the Jew-
That's also
you
very
guys gotta
true. We
stick
like
together.
we gotta fucking
Yeah, you
stick
gotta
together.
you
and figure
can't
this
you
shit
can't
out.
show
Yeah.
weakness within the group.
Yeah, it's
We-
like I'm not. You know, like when
Listen.
people always trying to come for Dominicans, it's like, look, America is complicated. And it's so complicated with all these things that are happening culturally within America, and you don't even have to deal with the immigrants. And you're gonna point the finger at a small island that's also trying to figure out the same thing. Like, come on.
Look, what you guys, everyone talks about the same argument that goes to what you're saying. I always use the getting girls like example. Like shorter guys get mad at tall dudes for getting girls, right? So everyone's always pointing at countries like, oh, this guy did this and these guys run that. Like, don't get mad at the game. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at the game, baby. Play the game.
Interesting, yeah.
Play the game. Like, if you're going to get mad at the tall guy getting all the girls, but you don't have a personality, work on your personality.
And not only that, like, they have this new thing where you could, like, extend your femur, right? Like, you extend your knees.
Oh, you get that.
You might have little short arms like
legs.
this, but you will have them
I
tall
don't need
as
that
legs.
because I worked on the personality.
Oh, yeah. Also, but personality
standing
always
up right
beats.
now. He's not in a chair.
Personality
As you
beats.
can tell by the mic, as you can tell by the mic stand.
We should get Val bigger microphone so it just looks. You should
As
make
you can tell, the mic stands are different. So, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I just use my personality to my advantage, baby.
Yeah.
Short guys, you see, like a lot of short guys, they
you're
have
saying
such a hard
America's
time
the
to become
short guy?
gay.
Yeah.
Some short dudes
I'm just
have
listening,
such a,
observing.
they have such a hard time. Sometimes they're like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be gay. Like,
No,
I'm not gonna be.
No,
I'm gonna
short
be
guys
honest
are
with
more
you.
short guys gay or not?
That sounds like a
I
great
need you to
theory.
fact check some things for us. We need live
Imagine
updates
that
on
was like
questions.
an actual thing, though.
Yeah, like statistically, how many short guys are
They're already
gay?
dick sucking height.
Yeah.
But imagine they quit.
You guys are like acting like the short guy's like, you know what, I guess.
I'm easier to fucking
Like,
spin.
yeah.
They're like, fuck it, yo, tuck it in.
Yo, fuck it, I guess.
Right.
I'm
You guys
giving
either
up
become
on puss.
dictators or gay guys. Because most short guys
You know
overwork.
what's so funny?
Every nightclub
My uncle
owner's
told
short.
me the same thing.
Every
But
nightclub owner's
That's it.
short.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he was just like, they're all gay, and I'm like, okay, well, don't say that out loud.
For optics, you're very good with the optics. Like, obviously, because you've been in that world where you're like, guys, please.
Yeah, I grew up with 6 brothers, so it was also.
Are any of them short?
No, they're all tall.
All straight?
Yeah, I
okay.
mean,
But
that
they're
I know
Dominican.
of.
Wait,
got some
you got the
numbers
stats?
for you
Let's
guys.
wait,
I know.
real quick.
Yeah, what are
Chris,
the
what are the
stats?
stats?
Extremely short and extremely tall men seem to be much more likely to be gay or bisexual.
Wait,
So it
extremely.
goes both ways, tall or short.
So just like average height, they're just like the straightest.
I'm average
that
height,
comes
so-
out. Yeah.
Are you average height?
Yeah, I'm average.
Which
Yeah,
is
I'm
crazy
okay.
because
I'm
you're
5'10",
gay as
5'9".
fuck.
Yeah, your average height. Yeah.
they were calling 5'5" short.
Oh, okay, good. See,
Yeah, short
I passed the
kings.
mark.
Okay.
So
Still
can you
gay,
guys raise
though.
my mic?
Still gay.
You're an anomaly.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's
Yo, I was
very
in line.
interesting.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
kinda
that was
crazy.
a good. That was a good.
Logically,
pum, pum,
What do you
pat,
think it is? They're just like, because they can't get pussy, so they start playing for the other side?
pat. I don't know.
Is that
I
it?
was fucking around.
No, but that's obviously has to be some sort of. There's got to be some natural.
I just think
logic.
that if he's saying that the tall guys, right?
because they probably feel so handsome.
Yeah,
that
like
they
the
can't-
tall guys are probably like so tall that they overpower the short ones. I don't know.
No,
I just-
No,
that
the
makes
tall, no.
sense.
Woman
I-
doesn't like a guy.
I don't
Woman
know.
doesn't want to fuck a guy too tall either.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, so they're like, I guess I'll go to the gay club down the street because they'll all want to climb me, and I'll be fine. So I'll
No,
just
that's
be gay.
not how it works. That's
You
that's,
just
Alright, what's
said
your
that's how it
theory?
works.
that's
Now
the
you're
wrong
gonna-
psychological.
Okay, all right.
The
What's
tall
Val's,
guys-
Val's about to upset a bunch of.
No, the tall guys get such an abundance of females that they're like, this is not fun anymore. So they go to.
Oh.
See, use your brain.
Pow, pow, pow,
Use your brain,
pow.
buddy.
They're like
Oh,
pussy.
wow. That's why I'm gay.
Why do you think Diddy did what he did? Because the abundance was too
That's
crazy.
what people keep saying. They keep saying like, "Yo, like I think he just had so much pussy." They're like, "What else is there?" But male
But
butts. But
Yeah, I get it.
But
And
butts.
that's a pretty, for being that rich, that's a pretty good place to like have kept it. Because like people going to Epstein's Island, they were like, they moved on from women to men to kids,
Ugh,
right? So at least did he keeping everyone above age at least?
no.
There was underage kids in
Yeah.
Diddy's case too.
Yeah, like 15-year-olds and stuff.
Boys.
Like that. I don't know about
Or
boys.
girls?
Girls. I don't know. But like,
Because
from-
you know the joke on social media was like, look, the motherfucking white boys, look, they always fuck up with the Epstein thing, right? Yo, Diddy now.
I mean, those
Yeah.
are just like. I mean,
What
if
are you
I
gonna
would
say now?
reparations. I'd be like, yo, like if Diddy
white boys
fucked a
are
couple
weird,
white boys,
they
I'd be like,
said.
we can chalk it up to
Yo.
some
So
reparation.
funny.
Yeah, it's like
That's okay.
You know what it is, guys? At the end of the day, all this weird shit is just America, bro.
yeah.
American culture just gets you to be fucking weird as fuck.
And that's the
We're a
thing.
freak show.
Yo, for real.
It's so silly to watch what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people are just watching this episode like of America, this season of America, and it's like you're tanking, guys, like real hard.
Bad.
But it is what it is, man. I'm just trying to make. I feel like right now, as a comedian, is the perfect time to be a comic.
Yes.
100%.
It's the perfect.
You guys are the
number.
only ones that have leeway.
Yeah, like right now.
Media-wise, you guys are the only
Are
ones
you
that
having
can say
any
something.
trouble on stage with, because the country is so divided, right? It's a great time to be a comic, but it's also like this is everything. People are just like, if I just say I hate a Tesla, they're like, oh my God, what? You don't know, and like one side gets mad, and you're like, dude, calm down.
You could find a way around it, right? So if you're a comic who's not like gonna directly talk about politics, you could talk around it. Like one of my jokes, I'm like, yo, I don't like to for me to get out of apologies, I just say I'm autistic, right? And then people laugh at that because it's like, where did I get that from? Like fucking Elon just doing all this stuff and be like, I'm autistic. I'm like, you know what? So why am I apologizing to people when I could just say I'm fucking autistic? So it's like going away from like.
It's great
stuff like
that like the culture is like, we can now make fun of the we use that as a scapegoat as long as we don't go political. Now I could be like, oh, I'm just retarded.
Yeah,
right? Those
and I
words
feel like
don't
that's
even
the
offend
new
anyone
word.
anymore.
That's like the new.
Is we're going back to like old language as long as we don't go too political.
I mean, I feel like autistic is new. Like autistic is a new word where people like call them. People even go like, I might be a little autistic. Like people just
No, it's become.
I think we're all
volunteer
autistic.
themselves to be like
To
a
be
little bit
autistic.
autistic. They're like, I think I might be a little autistic. And
don't you
then,
think we all are?
I think we're some sort of spectrum of like what it is that we think is normal.
Isn't
and
that
not
just
normal.
a human experience? We're just
Yeah.
awkward.
I think that I feel like every human being has their own little demons that they have to kind of like deal with.
Dude, I always say this. Do you ever see that fucking show with the autistic dating show where they go to the zoo?
Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, my zoo experience and are normal is just as awkward. How am I supposed to fucking talk
Even,
about
like, on
penguins?
dates and stuff like
I'm
that.
trying to finger you, right? That's my end goal. And in
Yeah.
my head, I'm like, I'm at a zoo. My end goal is fingering her. Do you know how hard of a leap in conversation it is from the zoo to get in
Yeah.
this girl's pants?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be autistic as fuck the entire
Yeah,
time
yeah.
trying to make conversation.
Yeah. I guess like for me, because I grew up with 6 brothers, like I knew when I would go on dates, like who wanted what or whatever. So I would just kind of milk the date. I'm like, oh, can I get this? And can I get that? And then be like, all right, gotta go.
I'm on my period.
Yeah, I'm on my period. Oh my God, that's so crazy.
That's a New York thing too.
Yeah.
You gotta
And then
survive.
just
New
go,
York
like,
City, you gotta survive.
fuck, you just go home and you like beat your shit.
Did you see the latest video of Elon at the
Yo.
fucking with the forks? Did you see this
Yo,
fucking video?
oh my God. I'm like,
I thought it was
I'm
fake.
like, no, it's real. And I'm like, is this how he found the corruption? Like he just took all those forks and was going beep, 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 corruption here, beep,
Dude.
beep, beep, corruption. Like, come on.
I imagine I would be doing the same thing at
That's
that
what
boring ass
at
dinner.
this point, if this is leadership, like we could all be stupid at this point.
I wish I
Why
could
not?
run
Why
for
the fuck
president.
not?
I'm not born here.
No, you know what? I would be like horrible as president. I'll tell you that right now.
People also underestimate
I'd
leadership,
be
right? Because
horrible.
like leadership is a thing that we all observe because we all have an opinion of like what we want. But
What is leadership?
No, it's not even about that. It's like you know when you work for a company and you have a boss, you're like, oh, he's not doing this right, he's not doing that right. But like most people, if you put them in the position, like, yo, so go do it.
Yeah.
So let me see what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Show me what you're gonna do, please.
That's the thing that people love to do, and especially now. Like people always used to love to criticize, but now with social media, everybody has a fucking amplifier of like stupid, like their opinions of what should be done, what should not be done, and even like for example, like a lot of people who have never left New York City, who are entertainers or like want to be part of the entertainment world, they love to criticize like Latinos who've been in Hollywood for so long, and they're like, why didn't they do this and why didn't they do that? I'm like, do you know how contracts work?
Yeah.
Do you know how things are? Like, you don't have freedom. When you get to a certain place of like fame and people want a whole bunch of like things from you and they're like getting paid and all this stuff, and you have management and all this stuff, do you know the contracts? Do you know the legalities of things? You don't. You just like literally don't. And then a lot of times in Los Angeles, they'll buy a project and they'll just shelf it. And it's like, they call it like a defense buy. So you have like this great idea,
But they buy it so it doesn't come out.
and they buy
Right.
it and they're
It's
just
hilarious
like,
because they're like, I don't want it to compete with my project.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's just like you have to learn these things, and when you're so naive, especially with me, who, you know, I was in the Bronx and I was just like doing all this content and like just having the time of my life, and then all of a sudden I get to this corporate world situation where it's just like no one's helping me, they're just like muting me. And that's why
Well, they're using you. They're moving you around for whatever is benefiting
Yeah,
them. But that's
yeah.
always going to be, even like in influencer world. Influencers like, we're so free. We're this and that.
No,
Like,
you're
cool.
not.
You get 30 bands here and there.
Yeah.
I like that. But don't forget that you're replaceable because they'll pivot you however they want.
Let me tell you something. Remember the strike that the actors went on for the AI?
Yeah.
The people who should have been on that strike were influencers as well. Because the thing is that now you have AI, like really legit, dope, like human looking AI, who are now going to start pushing product. So that 30K, that 50K, that all that stuff that we were making.
Dude, there's a hot chick I follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's AI.
And it's AI. And it's like, if,
yeah.
I didn't realize she was AI for like 2 months.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, these girls, everyone's replaceable.
Yeah. And I'm starting to notice
Talking about
that
my jobs.
Yeah.
The like,
and even to be politically politically jarring as well. Like you see like AI influencers that are pro-Trump, AI influencers that are liberals, and it's just like, yo, what is going
happening,
on?
yeah.
It's happening. Like the people who should have been marching.
We're automating hate.
Yeah, old.
Pathetic, bro.
Yeah,
it's honestly pathetic. It's the most pathetic shit I've ever seen in my life. Because the thing is, it's only got so much worse as the years went on, and it becomes almost like a business, bro. It's so weird. It's like the liberals are like have their own section. The Trumpers have their own section, and everyone's like supporting each other's like bands. I'm like, bro, are you guys honestly like sick in the head?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
I don't care what party I belong.
Always. I'm like, bro, I don't care about this. I'm like, bro, I'm in the park and like I picture myself in the park in New York City.
It's a sports mentality.
And
it's just team sports, right?
It's definitely a sports mentality, and also it's like you have to look at policies, right? And you have to sit there and do it. And let's be honest, a lot of people don't even got time. A lot of people just be like, yo, I just got to make money today. And it's like, it's just look at the policies, see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and vote that way. And it's like, it doesn't only end with the president. Like, you have to vote locally as well.
Locally is where it gets changed.
Yeah. That's like where... And
I need that congestion pricing higher.
Look, let me tell you something.
Bad.
I can tell the difference between New York and LA drastically. Like, when I used to work in the hotel, we had a union, and I was getting paid like $30 an hour, like almost 40, and I was just like 28 years old, like leaving, and I was leaving like
you were crushing. You had a good job. I remember.
It was so good. I was getting paid so much money.
Yeah. That
same hotel in Los Angeles, people were getting paid $12 because people don't like gather in Los Angeles and like be like, we have like. New Yorkers,
it's
even
crazy.
here.
Do you think it's because in New Yorkers they're like, this is a job, and in LA they're like, I don't need to fight for this because I'm going to be famous. So fuck this. Right? They're like, this is just a leap, right? So I don't need to fight for these rights because I'm out. I'm going to be the next Katy Perry.
Any town that's an escort town like Miami or LA, bro, like.
Escort town,
meaning like you're like it's just freelancers, like everybody's a freelancer, even the buzzing,
even the boys.
Yeah, so it's like
we just need a great reset.
But you're right though. New Yorkers like they have the Teamsters. They have this, they have that. It's
example, in New York, if you're gonna be an Uber driver in New York City, if you're gonna be an Uber driver, you have to be a taxi driver. You have to get your license as a taxi.
Really?
So yes. So if you look at all of the like Ubers, they all have a T.
Yeah.
In the license.
Yeah.
That is the taxi. It's like for like the taxi.
Yeah, they don't have.
In LA, you don't have to do that.
Dude, someone's grandma. She just woke up and was like, I need $9.
It is wild.
It's wild.
We just need to go back to hunting and gathering. I realize this.
Yeah.
If we just need to be able to just start over.
I hope
this version didn't turn out that great.
Yeah, bro, it's hard to. It's so funny because like you just want to make jokes and rip it. Because my instant reaction is to be like, yo, who gives a fuck? Right? Like my defense is like, let's just make fun of this shit. But then it gets to the point where we live in such a corny like time where if I rip it and make fun of everyone's like, oh, you're so insensitive. You're not sympathetic, and you're not empathetic. And I'm like, bro, I just don't care enough. Like I went through all these tough times already. What does it matter to me? Like we're just
you guys are living through your first 9/11. I've been here a while.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I'm like, some people are like just so afraid to be broke again. I'm like, I've been there.
Like, she's like, I've had butlers.
Yeah, I had butlers.
I can yo-yo in any.
I can go either way. I'll be fine. You know what I mean? But
I give you credit though for having a butler and not becoming like a trust fund baby like drug addict.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because
some of them they can never live the same.
They can never live the same.
You know?
There's some people that just like, no, I need my privilege. If not, I'm gonna die. It's like. Then you should. No, anyway.
It's true.
And then you're like, whatever. But
have you been ripping it hard though as a comic? Do you go deep? Like, do you go like super hardcore, or you kind of like keep it very lighthearted?
Well, I try to like tiptoe around certain things. Like when how people were talking about like that they felt when Trump was getting shot at, like that it was staged, right? Like when people were like, oh, like Trump getting shot was staged, and I was just like, honestly, I don't think it was staged. Honestly, I probably think it's real. Like someone tried to kill him. Like, have you been around a Gemini for too long? You might have homicidal thoughts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
Gemini too?
No, I'm not a Gemini.
You're Pisces?
Yeah, I'm Pisces.
It was your birthday recently, right?
Yeah.
Happy
What are you, a Gemini?
He's a Gemini.
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah.
he's no
My
joke.
best friend is a Gemini.
But that's why he said, like, yo, I want to go chill with Hitler. And then he's like, no, but I wouldn't want to convince him. So, like, you never know what goes on in the
it's
brain.
Like, have you been around a Gemini for too long? You might want to.
He switches it up. Like,
I just don't know. I just want to be there, and I'll tell you anything to get myself there. I'm sorry.
He, like, switches it up 24/7. So I'm like, listen, I'm like, yeah. And then he'd be like, nah, but I just want to, like, I'm like, wait. I'm like, it's just.
But I'll say
so
this, like,
confused.
every Gemini I've ever met is so funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
You guys
crazy.
are so funny. There's not one Gemini that I've met and was like, nah, this person's not
Geminis
funny.
are insane.
Dude,
Like all the Geminis
dude.
I met, like Galper's a Gemini, you're a Gemini, like all these, you guys are sick in the head.
We're just so sick in the head because we're constantly battling those two fucking things.
Yeah.
Two-Face.
Yo,
I
that's
remember-
it. You guys are lying if you want to go meet anyone.
That's a great joke, by the way, that you hit with Trump. That's a
Yeah,
funny
it's just
one.
like little shit like that. Like I'll talk around it, but I'm not gonna like direct it. Like I'm just. Like,
I also understand why you would want to shoot him. Like, of course, it's probably real.
That's what I'm saying,
Dude, I want
but
to
I
kill a
was saying,
person
like,
in
it's more
traffic in
like-
front of me,
Yeah.
right? But there's some
Right, it's
fucking
like-
person who hates Trump enough that's like, yeah, I'll take a shot.
Yeah, like why not?
I'm like,
I'll
what's
become
unbelievable
famous.
about Trump getting killed?
Yeah, seriously.
I've thought that as soon as he became, like, when he was
Yeah,
running,
it's
I'm like,
like-
somebody's going to want to kill him.
I was like,
Yeah.
somebody should, and I'm surprised it's not like a guy with like an OnlyFans t-shirt on with like the plug on there. I would have at least.
But, yo, there's nothing surprising about him getting shot. Like, I know when he was running for president, I'm like, bro, people are going to want to clip him.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Look at the shit he tweets. Like,
But
obviously,
I'll
people
tell
are
you
like-
this.
It's been
I'll
great.
tell you
It's been
this. The
huge.
crazy part about
Success.
the crazy part about the shooting thing is if you gotta hand it to the performance of it in either direction. Because if it's fake, you're like, okay, that's kind of wild that they faked it. But if it's real, and my man just naturally stood up like that,
70 years
at
old?
70 years to have the knowledge to be like marketing, boom. Because if someone shot at me, I'd be shitting my pants,
Yeah.
crying and crawling. So if it's real, like you're like, damn, that's in his blood to
Right.
be like that marketing fucking like.
Yeah,
I tell
did
you-
you see when he was like selling the Teslas? Like, did you see that? So like when the Tesla stocks was plummeting, and then he was like doing a speech, and he had like the pricing of
Dude.
Tesla. It's like Geminis are just funny as human beings.
He's
like
hilarious,
it's just what
bro.
it is.
He's
it's
hilarious.
just like, but it's like he is at this point is like he's the funniest president.
The
that
trash
ever-
thing
it's
with
like-
Puerto Rico,
It's like
the shit with the trash thing with Puerto Rico, like,
Oh
bro,
my
like,
God.
come on, like,
Think
you're not
about
gonna
this.
give it to him for that?
Yeah.
Think about this. You're 80s. You're out. You're like, my life is almost over. You become the president. Like, dude, you go,
Let's
what's the
ri-
point of this?
Yeah.
You're like, this, well, I'm going to be dead.
Yo.
None of this matters. Let's go see if the wheels fall off. Let's see how far you can take it. Like,
Yeah.
if my grandma's crazy at her age, and if someone gave her the keys to the country, she ain't going to run it well.
But
She'd be the most hated grandma on the planet.
But you know what I hate about the internet? I'm like, bro, everyone's complaining about leadership on both sides, and I go to like the entire population of like both sides, and I'm like, you idiots can't even wake up on time for an alarm clock.
Dude.
I'm like, this guy's 70-something years old, but waking up. I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I miss when politics was happening behind my back.
me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I
Me
miss
too.
politics.
Why are you guys so
happening
cocky with it?
behind
Me too.
my
They got
motherfucking
cocky.
That's the
back.
best thing I heard ever.
In
Yeah.
football, they don't allow celebration. They should keep politics the same way. Like, yo, keep that shit on the field, and that's it.
I don't
Like,
wanna
I
know.
don't want to know about it.
Yeah, I
Stop
don't know.
celebrating in my
Yeah,
face.
for real.
I don't want to know.
I didn't need to know that Pelosi is a billionaire.
I don't want to
Right?
know that
I don't
either.
want to know any of this
I
shit.
don't want to know it either.
Yeah.
You're
Because
so
also,
right.
like, people will act like, oh, we want to know the truth. No, you fucking
No,
don't
you
want to
don't.
know the truth. You don't.
You don't.
Stop lying. You don't want to know the truth.
You're right. You're so right.
You don't want to know the truth.
right.
You don't.
I
Because
agree with
sometimes
you.
people use the truth to like manipulate you anyway. So they'd be like, oh, you see how this happened? Like, I'm like.
It's like when your
Look at
girl goes,
us.
"Don't lie to me, tell me," and I go,
I won't get mad at you.
"I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, but I know that in 6 months from now you're gonna be, like, I remember when you did that," and I'll be like,
yeah.
You don't
like,
want
babe,
shit.
And if it's like oh my God, if it's a life and death
Yes,
truth,
yes.
absolutely,
wanna know, 100%.
I want to know. Like, for example, I remember my aunt was calling me because my parents are my aunt and uncle. That's another story for another time. But anyway, so my aunt would call me and one time and she's like, when you were a kid, you were a liar. I was like, I was not a liar. I was smart. You think I wanted to get my ass beat? Like, if you asked me a question and I knew I was gonna get in trouble, you think I'm gonna tell you the truth? I'm not stupid.
Yeah. You're right.
I'm not stupid. But I'm a honest human.
It's a human instinct
Yeah.
to cover your ass.
Yeah, like I'm
If I'm honest, I'm getting my ass whooped. If
Yeah.
I lie, there's a chance I won't.
Exactly.
I'm just smarter.
And here's the thing too. It's like luckily I have that gift that I'm a good person and I'm not gonna like exploit or whatever. But I'm like, to get my ass beat or not to get my ass beat. How about
Not get my ass beat.
not? Yeah. And until this day, it's like the only people I would lie to is my parents. Like everybody else is like, what are you gonna do? Like I don't fucking need you in my life.
Right.
Yeah,
Like-
it's
like,
true.
the only people I would lie to is my
It's
parents.
only the people that you really, really love that you actually have these white lies to. It's realistic.
Yeah, we treat the people closest to us worse than like our enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had
I
these.
try not to, especially like
It's
my
hard.
boyfriend.
It's hard
I-
because you just snap, just start yelling.
Because everything's
How about that
communication
fuck- okay.
in a relationship. It's tough, right? Do you guys talk before you have your first coffee? You saw that trend that couples are not talking to each other until they get their first coffee in.
No, I can't drink coffee, so I just
talk.
I just talk. I just yeah.
yeah, I prefer to talk before coffee.
Yeah.
I need her sluggish.
Do you?
I need my competition not be on top of her game.
Who's more grumpy in the morning, you or your boyfriend?
My boyfriend, because he loves to sleep.
Me too.
He loves to
My
sleep.
girl gets so
He's
annoyed that
he's
I'm like, I need my rest.
I'll just be like super energetic. He's like, it's too fucking early.
He's on New Zealand time.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
My girl gets so upset when she's like, I was giving you kisses and you were like being so
That's me.
pusher. I'm like, she's like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm like,
Well, you should
why
be
do you
kissing,
not-
you're kissing the wrong parts.
I said,
that's why.
I said, I love that you're doing that. I said, don't ever stop doing that. But yo, some mornings I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm
Yeah.
not happy to be here. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, if my
Bruh.
girl only knew that I woke up some days hating everything.
Yeah.
like, dude, like, so I woke up and in my instant thoughts, I'm like, bills, Amex,
Yeah.
fucking emails.
How much easier it'd be if she wasn't next at me?
Yeah, one meme that Eden loves to send me occasionally is when this guy it's a woman and a guy like laying in the bed and he's just like staring out and she's like, what is he thinking about? And he's just like thinking about like a game or something, and he's just like, this is literally me. Like I could be thinking about like work and how to make money and you think I'm thinking about like other bitches
Yeah.
or some shit like that. I mean, I don't really think like that. I just kind of like, but what are you thinking? Are you thinking about me?
Well, because
Right.
girls,
I just lie. I'm like, baby, I'm only thinking about you.
because girls
If
don't
you don't
like,
lie to your girl, you're an idiot about that shit. What are you thinking about? You. Only you.
Yeah.
because girls don't like
Can't read
dead
your
air.
mind yet.
They don't like dead
Yeah.
dead air when
Neuralink.
in like a hangout. So to them it's like, hello. Like I'm like, yo, I'm buffering. Like, give me a second, I'm buffering.
You ever seen that like this little video of like this rodent and it's called a hyrax and it goes
That's girls.
yeah, so he sends it to me. He's like, whenever you want attention, I'll be like, hey, and I'm like, that is so me and I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
because I'll
because-
be like, he'll be going to sleep on the couch and I'm like, come on, let's go to the bed. And he's just like laying there. I'm like, let's go to the bed. And I'm
I
like,
hate that.
Let's go to the bed. Let's go. I'm like, I'm
Yeah, but
not
why do you guys
leaving
all do
until
that?
we
Can I
go
ask
to
you,
the
why do you guys
fucking
all do
I'm
that?
laying on the couch.
But why do you guys all do that?
What?
But why do you
wanna
guys
sleep
care about-
comfortably with my baby?
But
in
why
the
do you
bed?
guys want us in the bed all the time? Why can't we just be left alone on the couch?
No.
My girl's the same thing.
I like to be snuggled.
She goes,
to
"You're
be
ruining my
separate.
life."
We sleep separately a lot of times.
Really?
I'll go on the couch, or she'll go on the couch in the middle of the night. I'm like, dude, like I
but
don't
you-
need to share a bed. Like
You guys are
we're
both
gonna be okay.
emotionally unavailable.
We're gonna be
That's why.
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I like to cuddle. I'm like,
Nah, she runs hot. I run hot. It gets sweaty.
Yeah, they got
It's
swamp
gross.
ass, both of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't run that hot. I don't sweat that much. But
You
yeah.
guys have been together for how long?
So we were in a long distance relationship for 4 years. But
So
it was
how long
like
have you been sleeping every night together?
I would say like maybe 2 years.
Okay,
2 or 3
it's still
years.
honeymoony phasey. I
Yeah.
think I was still cuddling at that point.
Yeah.
The last 3 years, I've been like, oh my god, get out of this bed so I
Yeah.
could be comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, even if he ever decides to graduate there, I will not let him. You know, I'd be like, you want to sleep with me right now? No, I'm a cuddler. Like, I love to cuddle. Like,
Yeah, my girl is. I think
love
it's a
to
Latin.
cuddle,
I think
I
it's a
love
Latin
hugs.
woman thing because my girl's Brazilian, so
Yeah.
she's very like. Everything needs to be like. I'm like she curates
Yeah.
whatever the feelings are, and I'm like, babe, I love you. I'm like,
Yeah.
just 1 second though, just 1 second.
You know what it is too? Like, I am a business person and I'm an entertainer, so most of the time I'm like go go go, and I'm so independent that small window of like I need affection and love, like I need that. just so that I
Her
could
too.
be.
She's the same way. Yeah.
So I could just. So it's not like I'm like this needy girl 24 hours a day. Like, hey, I'm like, no, I got goals.
No, you
to
do that for you're needy for the public all day. And then at
Well,
home, I'm needy.
I need
I'm
your money,
constantly
please.
need attention.
I'm so funny.
Yeah, her too. She's the same way. She has that window, and she's like, "Yeah, I just want to like, you know." And I'm like, and my window is to decompress the world because I'm like, what? I'm like, bruh. I'm like all the shit that's stacking up, and I'm living in like 10 years ahead.
Yeah.
24/7 as a guy because I'm,
Yeah.
It's a lot of plans.
It's a lot of plans. Yeah, that's
There's a lot of
literally,
plans ahead of us.
You sound like Eden. Eden's always like, oh, we gotta think about this. We gotta think about that. We gotta think about this. But yeah, he's. I met him when I was 26 years old. We had like this long distance kind of like friendship kind of thing because we didn't know like what we were, and then the pandemic hit, and we didn't see each other for like 3 years, and then we're like, we gotta be together.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's
long distance is rough.
It's rough. But like I've always, it was, and that's the thing. Like people are like, "How did you do it?" And I'm like, I wouldn't like suggest it because I think because I'm such an independent human, like I don't like really rely on people like that. And I'm just,
How
I guess.
did you sleep alone for that long?
She's cold. She's cold.
Did you have like a?
She's
like
a brutal
Did
woman.
you have like a doll made of him? Did you have like a
so
body pillow?
basically,
Are you like super duper like before you answer the question of what he just asked you? I want to double down and ask you: are you like one of those chicks that are like every conversation, I'm a strong, independent woman, or are you like kind of like you have that like aura about you, but you don't have to constantly force that on everyone?
It's not that I'm a strong, independent woman. I'm a fucking human being who like literally is overly ambitious. Like I know men who don't have ambitions as I do.
For sure.
Like, for the things that I want to do. So I'm just a human that's like, yo, go. And I also have moments where I'm just like, I just need to be held.
Of course.
And that's just like, I don't know what that makes me. I don't know if that makes me like, I'm super
that makes
independent.
you a human.
That just makes me a human who's like ambitious.
The strongest people cry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. So I'm emotionally.
Our walks on the way to the podcast, we usually
I must
do
cry.
that.
No, dude, like I'm emotionally constipated. Like it's hard for me to cry.
That's a good
I cry so easily right now.
Recently,
I'm going through
though.
my like Robert
Soft
De Niro
boy-
and Analyze
soft
This,
boy
where
era.
I just like, where everything just, I get choked up a lot.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
I think I'm dying.
that's how you know you're dying. He's like, I think I'm
like-
getting soft. I think I'm like.
Nah, but his picture is that he was basically this tough guy, for many years.
I was never a tough guy.
Well, I'm saying
I've never been
you
a
used
tough
Robert
guy.
De Niro in a mob movie.
Oh no, I just meant like as a man, you just start like, oh, I just cry easily now.
I'm trying to get there.
Crying easily.
Yeah, like I'm
Watch
trying
like
to get there.
Make-A-Wish videos. Watch like a lot of.
No,
sad.
it's hard. It's hard. So okay. All right.
Are you about to make yourself cry and come in?
No.
It's hard to cry as a go-getter, though.
No, it
you know
is.
why? Because as a go-getter,
I think it's so
everything
much
is
easier.
no, it's not because you're numbing. Well, I guess she says she's emotionally constipated, so meaning like at night she wants that like reassurance real quick, like a little pillow. Because nights get tough.
They get
Nights are
tough, yeah,
right?
yeah.
You start thinking about family, this, that, aging, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
Mornings are tough too.
Shit
I'm
is
totally-
nights are
Mornings
rough.
are bad
Yeah.
too.
Nah.
What's the best part of the day?
Nah, for me,
Still trying to find it.
for me, nights are tough.
Nights are better for me. I don't want
I
to wake
hate
up. I'm
nights.
like,
No.
oh,
I hate nights.
Literally, like I can't do coffee because coffee is like a stimulant for me, and that's why I can't do cocaine, Molly, none of that shit. Like
Yeah.
I can't do any of that
You
shit.
lose your bird, yeah.
Like in the morning, like if I like went out and I did cocaine, I would want to kill myself the next day. Like
Yeah.
that's how much it is. So coffee, like I can't even do coffee because it's that much of that's how sensitive I am. So like last night, like I was hanging out with people and all I had was like thoughts about like, was I too much? Was I too aggressive? Like, oh my God, do they hate me? Are they gonna be my friends? Like what the fuck? Like I had all those thoughts and I was like, you know what? Like, let me just try to like, I don't know, put some music on to try to go to sleep.
Well, yeah.
But I was like this the whole night.
oh, I always. Anytime I go out and meet people, the next day I'm like,
I think
people don't like me. I'm like, I don't think people like me as much as I think they do.
And
No. I feel like when I used to get really fucked up in New York, I would have to send a few apology texts.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm sorry in advance if I did anything.
yeah.
Also, you still have the humor from 2018, like the roughness when you're meeting people. Yeah, 2025 is a little tougher now.
I would not be able to date in this climate.
Yeah.
Like if I went out there, I'd have to meet once again older women
Yeah.
that like still talk like dock workers.
That have grandpas that used to be racist.
yeah. I need someone. I need a direct line. I need someone
God.
in your family that is
Yeah, like
It's tough because, bro, my boys will be like, "Yo, there's just nothing out there." Like the kids.
There's a lot out there.
Because I have a lot of clients because I'm a barber. So like the like kids in their 30s, like, "Yo, it's just like, it's tough. Can't do this, can't do that." Girls on Hinge already have bullet points of like
Dude.
what not to do before
girls
even
are
talking.
liking girls right now.
Because there's nothing.
Yo, girls are liking girls right now.
Girls are going through a
and you know
gay
what's
phase.
crazy? It's like from the stories I hear, it's not even that much different. Like I'm like, you might as well just
well, the technology's caught up.
yeah. I mean, that's probably the.
But also,
orgasm's
like, you know what's
probably
crazy
orgasming.
is like I feel like a lot of men and women are really, you know, it's like when I got introduced, like the whole trans thing, right? Is like having that on the table now is like when I first tried sushi, right? You're like, oh, I didn't know this was an option, right? Like I was from Russia, I never had sushi. My parents didn't grow up with that shit, but then I tried sushi like in college, and I was like, damn, this is an option. And so, how many of your boys are like been like, fuck, I didn't know I could fucking have a chick with a dick right now, right?
Or like a dude with a
yeah,
with a
you're like,
pussy.
damn, like it's a crazy. I think that's why what happens in this country, there's a lot of culture shock, because a lot of people are like, whoa, I never had this before. I better suppress these feelings, right, or whatever. And so
Yeah.
that every time there's a new version of humans, whether it was the gays, now it's the trans, right? Like we've accepted gay people because now it's been a long enough journey.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just more people being like uncomfortable with what they're into.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that
I
it's,
feel like it's always been around though, like gay, trans, all that stuff. It's like everybody
they're just-
during the Roman times. Like if you hear the stories of like, what's that guy's name? Damn, it wasn't Caesar. No, not Caesar. It was like
They all
his
got freaky.
successors. Yeah, they were like, oh, it's bad. And then like.
The
There's this,
Greeks?
if you go even deeper in YouTube and you hear about like the dancing boys, have you heard of that?
I'm trying not to picture
Don't
that.
even.
I don't want
mean, it's like it's just. Ugh.
I'm scared to
Anyway.
do that. You know why I'm scared to do that? There's two things that I'm scared to do that.
You're afraid to be turned on?
Nah. Whoa, pause.
You're like, yo,
You're like, yo, I didn't know this was an option.
dancing
I don't like
boys.
children, but dancing children.
Yeah, no. So culturally, I forgot where they do this in, but it's like really sick. It's very horrible. But it's like because women
Still or back then?
they still do it now.
What, just dancing boys?
Like if you could look it up, I don't even know
Like
culturally. No, it's not in Thailand. It's like
Some good dancing
I don't want to
boys.
say Pakistan because I don't know if it is, but like around that area. So I don't want to.
Kuwait.
I don't know where, but it's like so
I heard
basically
some stuff.
because women, they're that women are so like suppressed and like not even thought of. They can't even hang out with women outside, so they substitute that with young boys.
Yeah, I heard.
So you're
I heard
saying-
of this, by the way.
Yeah.
I also
So
the schools are
it's like-
separate.
So it's
too.
almost
I heard
better
that
to
the
be a
boys go-
woman.
And in that situation,
Damn.
and
I'd be
all
like,
you
give
have
me
to
that
do is
burqa.
like,
All no, but all in
but
all over
it's-
there, it's not the
and
best.
not
just
great
like
for
little
anyone.
boys. Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah,
but
it's
it's like,
crazy.
but then I was thinking about it. I'm like, this would be like what it would be like if men like ran the like world, like if because you hear like these incels or like you hear like all these people like don't listen to women, just tell them to shut the fuck up, go in a corner, like just make them disappear, and then the boys will be boys, and then it's just like, yeah, and then who are you hanging out with and like
And who you
fucking
piping? Yeah,
and
who you
like
piping?
yeah, who you piping, like who you like holding hands with.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it's like,
That's a fact.
yeah, so like it's like everything that's I feel like the answers are always in the middle, but everybody wants to be like this extremist thing.
Well, there's
It's
nothing interesting when you have an average opinion, which I feel like I have an average opinion on things, right? Like there's certain things I like and certain things I don't like. So I don't really have crazy opinions. I have crazy opinions for the sake of comedy.
Yeah.
Right. But like I'm just an average person. I don't believe one way too much in one direction, one way in another direction. Right. But like the people who want it, the people who get a taste of attention, they're like, it's in the fringes.
Yeah, it's like
in-
very fringe, and then people honestly take that in and they believe it.
Well, yeah,
And-
because it pays your bills, and eventually you're like, I'm not doing anything wrong.
But Sasha, you know
I'm
what
right.
you-
I'm
what you
right. The
mentioned-
pushback's wrong. I'm right.
yeah.
What really makes sense, honestly, after this whole conversation, observation-wise, I just realized that, like, bro, most people don't want to put the effort in balance, bro.
They don't.
It's just too
it
hard.
takes
It's too
much more
difficult.
effort
Yeah, it's
just
too
to be
difficult,
like
bro.
balanced,
It's
just
just
to
too
be like,
difficult. It's too
or like to
difficult.
sit there. Yeah, it's just too difficult.
And
I'm
people
like,
that build themselves, like, you know, like that work on their character all day long, like you said, like like just like go-getters and people that are really working hard. Like you switch states, you've done so many things, right?
Yeah.
So you're constantly working on yourself. That's hard.
Yeah. And
Who wants to do that? Not, bro. You see people around you. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, nobody.
They're just like, yo. They hide from whatever needs to be built, whether it's the gym, whether it's fucking even washing yourself. Some people don't even want to take showers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's too difficult to take 2 showers a day for some people. You know what I mean? So it's like, can you imagine balancing?
Yeah.
They can't.
They can't. And I feel like even when I would like go to Los Angeles and like present an idea of something, it's like mind blowing. Like I remember I was throwing parties out there, and I threw my first Dominican party, and like 700 people showed up, and we're talking about a place where there's not many Dominicans,
right.
And it's just like I knew that audience there was starving. And then now like there's a newer like generation, there's newer parties that are Caribbean and stuff like that, and then I try to do like a New York party where they play a little bit of everything, and they couldn't understand that concept, because like here you could go to a club and they play a little bit of everything.
Right.
They cannot.
Because in the same club
LA,
you would have a Arab kid. Yeah,
hip hop has to be hip hop night, a Spanish night has to be Spanish night, and reggaeton night has to be reggaeton. It's just like it has to be.
But you see, that's what we're not used to.
Yeah,
because we're used to being in the park with everybody.
Yeah,
that's the mentality.
Yeah, so
you
the
respect
closest,
each other's culture.
That's why it's called open format.
And that's why I'm like, if a lot of people outside of New York City understood that concept, we wouldn't look so much as like aliens. Like that's why I feel like a lot of New Yorkers, they are in between, like because they get to see like everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone, you get to experience all types of people out here. But it's just this sensationalized thing that's happening on social media, and people are digesting it like as if it's real. It's kind of like, that's why sometimes I delete my Instagram sometimes.
Because you get annoyed.
I just get annoyed because I'm like, are you just being clickbaity and because you're gonna get the views?
Yes.
Like I know someone,
Yeah, everyone is.
yeah, I know someone who is getting paid, and all they do is put like things on the fringe just because they know.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that
just 'cause
pays
they know.
better than posting photos of your food, right? That's
Yeah.
what it used to be.
Yeah.
Now it's like
It's
getting
sick,
paid
though.
left and right. I know
It's
so
very
many
sick.
people that
It's a
get
sick
paid by
world
both
now.
campaigns. By both campaigns. And you're just like,
Yeah.
this is all not real. Everything's manufactured.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as 24. Like, why do we need 24-hour news? Why do we do all? It's just like,
And then everything is like
constant.
social media. It's like everything is now like the news, and I'm like, I just want to see somebody make a cheeseburger. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to see somebody make stuff so I can learn how to cook, because I'm like, I'm over it already.
That's what sucks in our generation. We all grew up to be you have to be real.
Yeah.
Because like everyone's like, yo, if you can't stand up for yourself when somebody really does approach you, like it's the same thing as like rap, right? Like you rap about crazy shit. If somebody approaches you, you're like, yo, are you really a gangster or what?
Yeah,
And then they
yeah.
go like, yo, you got to face the fact. Nowadays it doesn't matter.
Yo, the facts
It doesn't
doesn't matter.
matter.
The
It doesn't
facts
matter.
does not matter. Is
Lie.
who has a better story.
Yeah,
That's
who
it.
lies the best.
Who lies the best and who has the better story. Like, which is the best story, like...
And guess what people do? They go on ChatGPT and like,
Right
can you
now?
make me a story?
Like right now, the way
Give me
that
a
Trump is
personality.
set up, the way that Trump is set up in his story is as if he is Captain America.
Yeah.
Like he's like, yo, Captain America, he's the one who's gonna save us
Savior.
all. I'm like, that is not how that works, especially when there's a whole entire White House with all different people who have all different side projects. Like that's
And
just
agendas.
and agendas.
Yeah.
Trying to get shit put like that
and
one
real
person.
bosses.
And he's
Like,
worried
real-
about the
real
painting. Did you guys see
financial
that he's upset about
Dude,
the
that painting that they hung? That's so good. I mean,
It
it's a
just
pretty
looks like
bad
a
painting.
bloated. It just looks like a bloated Trump. Yeah,
I don't know
so.
who commissions like these art pieces. Like when they did the one of what, LeBron, or you see that one that they had?
Kobe when they did the
Oh, the
statue. that
Kobe.
was
You're
terrible,
like,
bro.
who's allowing this?
Yeah.
And Cristiano Ronaldo when they did his statue, he's like, yo, my man, you guys feeling all right, bro? What's wrong with you?
Kobe's. I think Kobe's was like the worst statue.
Bad.
That,
Dude, I don't even understand who's like, you guys can 3D, like, you could just make this.
Yeah.
Like,
It's weird that happens. And Trump was kind of nice about it. If you read the message,
yeah, he
starts
wasn't
it-
mean. He was
wasn't
kind of
mean.
respectful to the art. He's like, just doesn't look
And
like
usually,
that.
yeah, he goes, you know, when you have a portrait of
Respectfully.
yourself, you would want it to be as best
yeah.
looking as possible, which
Yeah.
is technically
Right.
not wrong.
He just looks like a bloated Trump that drinks a lot of Henny. Like, I just feel like,
It's like a funeral Trump.
yeah. It just looks like,
I wish Trump drank Henny.
right?
He does, bro.
He
does? He
He
drinks
100% he drinks
No,
Henny.
he doesn't
Nah,
drink.
he
He's
doesn't.
never
You
had a
guys-
drink or a drug.
Nah,
I know he doesn't.
like.
Yeah, but yo,
He doesn't look bloated enough.
The hood was when the facts are facts. That Tyson and everybody that was coming up with him at that time, Trump was for the hood.
I know, but he didn't drink Hennessy.
Bro, but he partied with them like he did.
He partied with Hennessy.
Yeah, he built buildings in their neighborhood.
He partied with Hennessy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was really.
My
for the
grandma
hood, bro.
lives in the Trump.
He was a New Yorker.
The Russian Jewish ghetto, the Russian hood in Coney Island. Aren't those Trump apartments?
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma lives in those.
Yeah.
He sold, but that's
sold those?
his pop sold those off though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, to build in the city at that time, you had to be cool with the mob. You had to be cool with the hood. You had to be cool with everybody. So like, even if you were rich or a trust fund, you still had to like grease people and be like, yo.
Whatever happened to that Taj Mahal thing that he did? He tried to open up a casino in Jersey and it just flopped.
Oh, Atlantic City. Yeah, they
He had a lot of
it.
flops. He had a lot
He had a lot of
flops.
flops.
Yeah, he had a lot of bad investments.
Yeah.
for
I
sure.
mean, yeah.
Which I feel like that's business, right? I've had so many ideas I started. Where are they? I want to know. We started candle companies. So yeah, I see.
Candle company? Candle company?
Yeah.
You did a candle company?
We did a candle
How
company
was
like
it?
Detroit Wick. You remember Detroit Wick?
gay.
Remember Detroit Wick that used to do the he used to cut the fucking champagne bottles. It was like Dom Perignon, and he would put a candle in there.
No, that guy doesn't have a name because everyone does that. That's not unique. Everyone's been cutting
Right,
bottles.
but we copied that same formula. And where is it?
Where is it?
Nowhere to be
Where is
found.
it?
Nowhere
Yeah.
to be found.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought you were gonna become a fucking billionaire making candles.
We thought
in
we
your
were gonna
garage?
have a crazy Etsy shop. We thought we were gonna
Yeah,
be the
right.
next.
How many
the next-
orders
blow
did you
up.
guys get?
No, we actually sell out everything. We sold out of every
So then
single candle.
why'd you stop?
Because
it was too
and
much.
we had a big order for a club.
Always.
We did 12. We had 12 like big orders for like a huge club in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the kids got mad. He's like, "Bro, I'm the one handling everything." And I was like, "I'm doing the marketing." And it was like, we were like 18 years old. And I was like, "Well, if you're not going to perform your job, I'm not doing my job."
Yeah.
And it's like, that's
I'm
like,
taking this candle
Yeah.
business.
And we just split up. We had like, bro, and we would be at my boy's crib in his fucking garage, just chopping fucking glass. I'm breathing the shit in.
No way.
You know, his mom was like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's like, "The whole house is in soy wax. This shit, we're boiling the shit in a pot like this. Like, yo, it was crazy.
Oh my
Where's
God.
that
I
idea?
love that you just compared yourself to Trump. They're like, I had a candle business in my bathtub.
No.
Trump's had ups and downs like me. I've had my ups, my downs.
I mean, listen,
My candle business.
I had a clothing company. Where is it? Nowhere.
Yeah,
You know, like.
Yeah.
We started a bunch of shit. Like my boy started an energy company, like where he was
Yeah.
basically
An
sending
energy company?
They basically would
Like electricity?
so basically
Sort of
in
Yeah,
New
this is
York.
Ideas.
But you see,
start an electric company.
But see,
you
you
guys
don't
need
even
to
know.
do less drugs.
You don't even know.
Of
Con
course.
Ed cannot, like technically on paper, be the only ones providing energy because that's a monopoly.
100%. That is true.
So you guys
Right.
started your
That
own
is true.
side energy company?
No, so there was a guy. He made
Dude,
millions.
some guy went door to door, some Russian guy trying to sell me his electricity. I feel like I'm good with Con
But
Ed.
that's what they do right now. They do the solar panels.
Yeah.
People be selling solar
That's
panels.
right.
right
That's
now.
different than a Russian guy
Yeah.
in a Toyota fucking being like, "Oh, do you want
Yeah.
to buy my
But it's
energy?"
crazy. It's crazy because somebody was just telling me that they be
not me.
selling. They be selling like entertain.
Just sell pussy. This is the easiest way to make money.
Yeah.
This is a guy that watches a lot of porn. He's just lazy outcomes. He just has lazy business ideas.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it. I'm
Oh,
like, I
selling
only have
candles.
one pussy to sell.
One pussy sell?
Yeah. I mean.
That's okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but you know what's? He's
You can only
I
be in
feel
one
like-
place at one time for
yeah,
acting.
You know what?
Kirill's
Exactly.
one of
So I'm
those
just
friends
like,
that's like, yo, you should lease a Lamborghini, but drives a Jeep. You know what I mean? He's like one of those. Like, he gives you the ideas, but yeah, he's not the one doing them.
Yeah.
I don't got a pussy to
exactly.
sell.
Yo, so
He's
sell
like-
some
I don't got-
cock, bro.
I
Yeah.
just
Go
know the
pipe
value. I know
if
the
you're
value.
the man.
I'm not
Like,
the man.
But if you have the business ideas, you gotta. I gotta see the resume. It's like a, you know. It's like go to the Navy
I'm
SEALs.
just
Can you
giving-
do 10 push-ups?
No, but I can give you advice. I can't
bro.
give you advice.
No.
So no one's allowed to give advice outside of the job they're doing.
No,
I can't listen if your friend's a plumber. Be like, shut up, you're just a plumber.
No, but if
So I'm just giving you advice. Sell some pussy.
I'm
man.
just saying, like, if you were like, you scaled a business and you
Right.
gave me scale advice, I'll be like, oh my god, he's a beast. He scaled a fucking huge clothing business. I'm
Got
gonna
it.
listen.
Val, you don't know anything about politics, so just talk to me about haircuts.
Exactly.
That's not all we talk about.
But I should though.
But
that should be.
I wish you only talked about
that should be
haircuts.
the move.
The move should be we only speak about
But
what
this
we
is
know.
why I'm saying it's like we all have
Look how
like
much we
these.
disagree already. I
Yeah.
already want to kill him.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, you're an Aries. Well, your birthday's coming up then.
March 31st. Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice,
Seven.
nice.
It's a couple of days. Nah, whatever. Like a week away. But yo, my thing is like technically, on the scale, we shouldn't be yapping about things we really don't know about.
I mean, we could yap about it for entertainment purposes.
But we shouldn't take it personal.
For entertainment purposes, for sure. And I feel like right now that's all politics. Like it's just like, am I watching?
Reality TV.
Yeah, like it's the best reality TV show right now.
But if it was for me, I would be like, yo, do me a favor. Like, if you don't have a passport, do not, like, you should have a social media passport. And to be you're like a driver license, like yo, you should not. All these people that are using like social media, I'm just like, dude, can we start qualifying people by tiers? Like,
oh my god, like I feel like so many people say opinions as if they were facts, and I think that's the issue. It's like, if you're gonna listen to me, you're gonna listen to my opinions, and my opinions are not facts, and you should know that. Like, if you're gonna come here, it's just to like listen to me yap, and that's it. You shouldn't internalize
don't quote
anything.
Me. Don't quote me.
Exactly,
Do not quote me. I'm not trying to be this like moral leader of any sort, like at all.
because then Cardi B comes out with an opinion, you're like, everyone's like, yeah. Like, you know,
No.
they're like, let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm not smart. The
And
last thing I read, no joke, was a fortune cookie. Like that's the last thing I read.
But yo, people will listen to you and be like, yo, Kirilla's right. This is what I'm gonna live by.
Yeah, I mean, when I started,
because they agree with all the other shit I'm doing. So like, he must know everything.
yeah.
But you see, that's
That's
the
when I
scary part.
started doing social media and I started saying things. I started to realize that a lot of people took my opinions as facts, and I was at first it was just like, oh my god, I feel like I'm God, and I think that's why people do it. But then after a while, it becomes like this full circle moment of those people being like, I believed everything you said and it wasn't true. I was like, it was a fucking joke, and you like literally
Yo, why are you
believed
attaching
it.
that to my? This is
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just a character
like
on
these are
on
just
social media, dude.
yeah, I'm just a character.
People
are stupid.
Yeah.
People see me on like cutting hair. They're like, "You're not the same person that you are on your Instagram." I'm like, "You an idiot." I'm like, "Do you really like? What do you want me to do? Like, what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
call my mom over here. I'm walking
Someone
with my
that
mom
dumb,
everywhere."
you should be like, you should go to China and have to make iPhones. Like those, like there's certain people that you're like, you know what? I don't feel bad if you have to go and work in the mines.
Some people, yeah.
Some people need to work in the mines.
It's hard to problem solve this. Let's just put it this way.
I
Very hard
always,
to
I
problem
always
solve
say,
this.
if I was any one of us were president, we'd be 10 times worse and more evil. I would literally, I would find a way to deport actual American citizens.
Yo.
I'd get rid of so many people.
Yeah, bro.
For being assholes.
I don't like company. If I'm the president, I'm in traffic I'd be like, oh, anyone in this line,
Yo.
put them on a plane.
Yeah.
Like,
Those
get
are
them
my ass.
out of
I
my
can't-
way.
can't
If
be-
I have unchecked power,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. I'm just like looking at politics.
Big Gulf of Kirill. I'm surprised he named it America.
Yo, that's
Right?
that's
Like
true.
the fact that it's Gulf of America, like
think
I
my-
would have been like, that's Gulf of, I miss my grandma, Gulf of my babushka. That's it. I'd be naming shit after family members. I'd be like, yo, I owe you a debt. Cool. You get your own city. We're renaming that
Yeah.
fucking New Joey's.
Yeah.
That's
for
a clip
sure.
right there. We're gonna use the babushka one for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that'd be way worse.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like I think my favorite part is when he goes like Canada's gonna be the 51st state.
Like, that
Yo.
place is so big.
But yo,
like,
you
what
telling
the
me you
thing-
weren't you don't laugh at this shit? This shit is
Dude,
so.
I just
But
I
it's
mean
a tactic though. He
Yeah, I laugh
dude,
into my eggs.
I try not to because I get so fatigued, but I'm just like, yeah, this is kind of funny.
It's funny because you're like, this will be over in
It's like
3
we're,
years.
we're
You're
like, I
we'll
hope
see
so.
what-
But you know what's
So,
mad
'cause he's
funny
trying-
about
If
what
he
he
runs
does?
again, you're like, damn, I'm witnessing, we're living through something crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
But
I
the way
mean-
Trump lives on politics, it's like when people have basketball games in the park. He says it, and then he goes 20 minutes later. It comes out. They're like, "Oh, they're working out the tariffs," and it's
Yeah.
like it's a tactic. Obviously, he's trying to rip them.
Yeah.
They come back like on emails like, "Are you being serious?"
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
he's like, "I'm just kidding, but let's go.
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
negotiate."
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, then
and
the
it's
stock market
hilarious.
plummets and we all cry for a little bit.
And then
Yeah.
Trump buys up all the fire stocks, and
Yeah.
then everyone's
we're all
happy.
fucked, but
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
you're like, yo, this guy's a genius because I do the same.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's why I'm just like, you know what? I'm just trying to just figure it out one day at a time.
Do you want to go back to the Dominican? Like, just call it a day. Like,
Look,
fuck
right
it.
now, my boyfriend is paying all the bills, so I'm just chilling. That's how I'm selling this.
Shit, what is he
pussy.
doing for
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, seriously. I'd be like, you know, babe, I'm used to a few butlers and maids up in this place.
Yo, thank you for shouting out your boyfriend though. That's
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, nah, it's like, he's like my best
Oh,
friend.
he could sleep all day then. You shouldn't complain one
yeah,
bit.
no, he's like my
'Cause I
best
feel
friend.
Trying to
you
wake
crush
up.
it
The
too.
man's
I feel
making
like
money
you-
in his sleep.
Huh?
I said he sleeps a lot.
Yeah, no,
You're
no.
like-
I mean, when he's off, he sleeps a lot.
When he's off.
When he's off, he's like,
My boy needs some rest.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
He's carrying. He's carrying.
yeah, he's carrying. So he's like doing his thing. So I'm just like, you know what? You know, he's holding me down, and like I'm chilling. I'm chilling, and that's how I'm gonna sell this pussy.
That's it. That's it.
That's how I'm gonna sell the pussy.
Do you want to plug anything? You have anything you want to plug? You're working on.
So right now I'm just doing like stand-up comedy. So just like check out my Instagram at Sasha Merci. I do these like yearly comedy shows called Mori Soñando. And
that should sound like
Mori
crazy.
Soñando.
yeah, so Mori Soñando
Should sound like
translated.
a drink.
It is a drink. It's a Dominican drink.
Really?
It's orange juice with milk. Yeah, your
With
phone
milk?
Yeah, so
That should drop right away.
yeah, and milk.
Bro, I'm a fucking.
So, yeah,
sounds like
it's
diarrhea.
Yeah, it does sound like diarrhea, but
Like,
it's like
for me.
it tastes like an icicle, like
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's
so
like an orange-
like
yeah.
it's like
Yo,
an
why
orange
do
icicle
Latin
drink.
cultures love a drink that's mad sugary, bro? I don't get it. What's up with you guys? You guys
we-
get
we-
banged up insane.
Yeah, in the hot sun all day drinking
Well,
sugary
you know what I
drinks?
learned, because I was asking myself the same question, but what I learned is that sugar, if you like are lifting things, like it's good for your muscles. Like sugar is good for your muscles.
So you're saying
right?
that when they
so
were
the minute, yeah, so the minute, yeah, so
they were building
Dominican,
cities.
yo, in the like Dominican Republic, like you had to do like your own labor. Like my dad,
I mean, it's good for marathons. I
yeah,
agree with
yeah.
you.
It's like, but I'm serious. Like, I think that's what's been passed down to us because it's like my dad and his families, his 13 siblings, they built their home from
Right.
scratch. So it's
Isn't
like
it crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I remember when I went to go meet my dad's side of the family. They lived in the mountains, so they call it La Loma. So they live in the mountains, right? And
Sounds
then
like a drink also, by the way.
yeah, no, it's just mountains. So
It's like
they
happy
were like,
hour.
"Oh, do you want to see where we like would like wash our clothes and take a shower?" So you had to go up this huge ass mountain to climb all the way down to this river. And that's where they would shower. That's where they were like cook their food. That's where they were like drink the water. It was just this river. And then and then you have to climb all that stuff. So it's like lifting and all this stuff. So I'm like, of course, that's why we like sugary shit. But now we don't need it.
Yeah,
Obviously.
what happens to somebody in Lower East Side that doesn't do anything?
Yeah,
at all?
exactly.
They're
Exactly.
drinking. What
Yeah,
is
that's
that?
why
You
America's
just
fat as fuck.
diabetes.
It's like,
Now you lose a
bruh.
foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Brazilians
I
have
taste just
cachaça,
like
I think it's
candy.
called, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
No, they gave me that to me on Thanksgiving. Bro, I thought I was gonna have to get resurrected from the dead. I thought I was doing Molly all night.
Yo.
I'm like, yo, you guys feeling okay? I'm like,
Yo.
I'm like, yo, I
It's like
need
you're
IV
hot. You're
drip.
like,
I'm like,
fuck.
I need to go see a nurse. I'm like, yo, you guys, I can't. I'm shaking the dad. Oh, come give me a hug in the morning. I'm like lost 10 pounds in my sleep.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't understand how Latin cultures drink all that shit.
That's why they're
Yeah.
always.
Yo, literally, we love
The music,
that and
the
coffee. That and coffee. Dingy, 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 dingy. Yeah,
Even
we're
Latin
just like,
music, there's never a sad song. It's
We're
like,
always-
who just died? You're
well,
like,
the
yeah.
sad songs are incorporated in the salsa. So there's an actual song
People
called
dancing to
Gran
death.
Barón, right? And it's like a very famous song, and it's about this man who gets disowned by his family because he's a transgender man.
Oh, damn, you guys were ahead of your time.
Yeah, and then we have this other song that I'm pretty
I
sure you
listen to
guys heard.
Spanish music sometimes, and yo, people will be like, yo, why are you playing that? I'm like, what do you mean? Be like, yo, he's
This is a
talking
beautiful story about
he's
a
talking
trans
about-
man.
He's talking about a dude that pushed his girl down the steps.
Yeah.
I'm like over there, Don Omar, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with the windows down.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, he's literally rapping about a pregnant girl that got that had a miscarriage.
Yeah,
and, like
yeah.
killed the baby or something.
Uh-huh.
Like, this shit's fun, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit was
We'll
fire.
be dancing to it. We're like, ding, 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 ding. This person got killed. Ding, 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 ding. But yeah,
Yo, pain.
pain. Yeah,
baby.
we love to put
Beautiful
like our Caribbean
Waters.
Caribbean Latinos like to put pain on steroids. Like it's like we drink our coffee, we make it a salsa, and we'll laugh while we dance, and that's how we do it.
Telling me,
That's
babe.
how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Dude, I love
You're-
you. Thank
you're
you
the
for
best.
This, like, this is our first catch up, and it had to be on camera.
I know.
We're gonna hang.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
let's
should
hang.
all
I wanna
hang
go
out
to a
for
comedy
sure.
show.
I
Yeah,
also
yeah,
want to
come
introduce you to my chick. I think you guys would crush it together.
Oh, I would love to.
This girl Natalie would love you for sure.